Fantastic start on Overpass. That one got very close. Crazy managing of the economy, crazy 1v1s, crazy clutch rounds, weird smoke grenade defuses, or lack thereof. And that was a 16-14 on Overpass, but here we go now onto Cobble. This is music. Pretty hype. As, there we go. We'll fade that one out. We got 4 Kevlars onto Hellraisers, who are starting up on that T side right now. 0 with the 1 smoke and a Tech-9 bot up. It's going to be Raid Boss Oscar. 3 Kevlars for SK Gaming. A Kit and smoke onto Asilian and Pimp. Man, he has been so good with this 5-7 on these pistol rounds.
They're going to put pressure on A here. Freeze is going to be the one to rotate into the site while 2 people have to come through the door. And if he doesn't die, that might be big for them.
And yeah, Freeze did not. He was able to fall back. He's actually climbing up that broken wall back into the A site. Oscar's going to go through the vent here. Madi unable to take him out. Oscar so quickly, but it's Freeze to come away with 2. Oscar with 2, taking everything into his own hands, perhaps, on the pistol round. He finds 2. Angel with the 3rd kill. He brings down Freeze. Site opened up. Retake now for Magicboy and Asilian. They do have a smoke and a kit, so maybe they can make something work here. And it's a pistol, so no reason not to go for it. Let's see what they got. Bomb now just going down, so put 40 seconds on the clock. Magicboy is going to make his way in out the connector doors, but he has made noise. It is going to be scouted out, and behind him, somehow Magicboy turning, puts the spin move on Oscar, finds the headshot, but it won't matter because it's Angel, I believe, coming away with the either 2 or 3K on the round. Yeah,
now it was actually SK to win both pistols last map, but then they got eco'd on the follow-up in the second half, and now it's Hellraisers to start off. I think the first time out of these 3 maps with the pistol round themselves. And, you know, we saw SK in both Dust 2 and Overpass start off something like 5-0 or 7-0 both times. I mean, that's a really horrible start. Hellraisers almost making it competitive on Dust 2 and then actually coming so close to winning Overpass as well. But this might be the start they need.
Well, that's, oh, wow, okay. Tons of action, and Asilian's coming away with 2. That's man advantage for SK Gaming right now. As Asilian with that knife out will come back, read up with Freeze. That's a UMP and a 5-7 for them. Now Sticko going up. He's found the bomb. He's got a UMP himself and a ton of time on the clock to work with. What will SK Gaming do? I don't think they're going to be splitting up in this situation, but as I say that, they're splitting up. So I guess I'm wrong.
Yeah, I mean, they really shouldn't be. I mean, ultimately, I guess what
this, right? It's like the 2v1 cam, right? We've got both CT perspectives. We know what Sticko is doing. He's creeping off. He's just dropped off the platform now, and he's running around. Freeze is playing this perfectly, and that's going to be the round. So you mentioned it. SK Gaming had the pistol in the second half of Overpass, but then got hit by the Force Buy. Now it's Hellraisers to win it here. The first pistol they win, and immediately hit by the Force Buy.
Yeah, so SK win one of their only ecos of the game, or of these of the series so far. And that's huge for their confidence. Not only that, but again, you know, winning the pistol is not great at all, especially if you get eco'd. And it looks like Hellraisers, because it was a 2v1, are going to be buying up a total force here. Freeze, though, has already picked up an op off of the back of his kills, has head armor and this op, and it's going to be a lot of long B pressure, but not a lot of utility on the side of Hellraisers. So it might be a force all for naught.
We've got all 3 smokes being primed right now and then let go. Just 2 flashes remain, and there's 1 flash very effective on Freeze, but this, oh, Magicboy taken out. It was the Freeze Magicboy connection the other day here on the B site. Now it's just going to be Freeze. Asilian going to step up, help out, gets 1 assist on the other. Freeze just hitting the shot, standing tall, working both sides of the statue, keeping Hellraisers guessing, and they guess incorrectly. Oscar tries to push through the smoke. He does find 1. Second kill of the round. He'll have to get 2 more. Can he do it? Back on Rectangle, his location known. Freeze holding this angle.
Whoa.
Oh, wow. That looked so incredibly close, and actually a great use of X-Ray right there, but he falls back. Oh, thought he got it, but no, it's Madi with the FAMAS to clean it up.
What a fantastic round from Freeze to get those 3 kills after missing the first shot. Magicboy also coming out of drop and getting that opening frag for Hellraisers made I think, both of us feel like that site was just going to be overrun. You know, his ability, that is Freeze, his ability to play this fountain, or the statue, excuse me, kind of rides on the fact that drop is being taken care of, or that another choke point on the site is being watched by a rifle. And because he went down so fast, it seemed like he was in a ton of danger, but bailed himself out with that insane 3K.
I think that was already, was that a 7-1 already on the board for Freeze? Yes, it was. So he's playing fantastic already. He was slow to start over there on Overpass, and look at Madi. He's already found a triple kill. It looks like they went drop. They were trying to run a quick A split, and as they come out of the drop window into connector, Madi finds a triple. That had to have been what happened. Freeze and Pimp also getting 1 on the round.
SK Gaming can play with a certain amount of freedom in their mind, knowing that they have 1-2 maps, they've kind of done the hard part, and that they've got the eco. It's just got to be feeling really good, and you know, everybody has got to be getting along at this point. They're just off to such a great start on even this third map. Hellraisers going to have to eat that loss, or are saving twice. Here it's just Glocks and a couple of P250s. Not much of an opportunity to win, especially versus the amount of utility that SK has to throw away.
So I said to you right before we came back on, like if SK Gaming start again with the quick 5-0, this is probably just going to be done based on, you know, that happened on maps 1 and 2, so you kind of just complete the pattern. Hellraisers, of course, got the pistol, but now SK Gaming just 4 rounds in a row just like that. Round 6 is going to be so important for the future of Hellraisers on this map, and then also because it's possibly the last map in this tournament.
Definitely. I mean, this is just a round where they're able to build their economy. They're not losing any players so far, just Zero and Bondic. P250 is moving into the site. Man, this has got to be an exciting experience for Hellraisers, who came into this series as favorites, but it's not over until it's over with them.
So there's the 4-1, as we do kind of expect, just based on how hard the Hellraisers economy got hit after they lost on one of their anti-eco rounds.
No, they just got to reset, and SK just have to stay focused, and we're going to have 2 Titans clash in this round where both of them have buys. Wow, Freeze, 172 ADR. Obviously, we're only a few rounds in.
Yeah, always a bit inflated a couple rounds in, but that is still insane. He has been hitting those shots. He got 3 shots off the left side of that B site statue, so that was really nice to see. And already the double ops are going to come out. Pimp was playing this position perfectly the other day.
Versus Dig?
Versus Dignitas. He got knifed in the back versus Tempo Storm. Not so good.
Yeah,
I think he learned from that experience. He felt the cold steel between the shoulder blades. It was like, you know what? Yeah, none of that, please.
I mean, he's technically still not watching his back. He's in that same position watching long. But I guess is assuming that really just can't happen twice where a player walks up all the way from lower A, whereas here we see some utility being used and Pimp turning that into a frag off of sound. So
well, yeah, he started playing it based on the sound cue. Like, it was a very unfortunate circumstance where the Tempo Storm player walked all the way around the whole time. But as soon as he's been hearing a sound, if it's not a player he's seeing as well as hearing, he falls back immediately, watches Danger for a second, and then falls back completely. There he peeks down Danger, and he gets the first kill of the round onto Angel, too, who was actually such a big opening force on Overpass, taken out of the round early here on Cobble. Flash to go in, stick go. Will lose out the battle on Asilian. Asilian's actually been very good so far on this B site on Cobble.
Might have forced that trade a little bit too early, considering he's the only man at the other side of the site, or the other side, excuse me. And it seems like this has alerted SK into over-rotating towards A, and for good reason. 3 players pushing up along, Oscar with the op, but all the information in the hands of SK.
And now they're going to realize they're very right. Pimp will actually give up the angle because the Molotov was coming in. He goes down to where the telephone pole is sliding to the truck. Actually, we'll let the players cross. He's in danger of maybe getting shot in the back. No, Asilian keeping them at bay. The bomb to be planted, but Asilian goes out. He was on half HP, so we will lose that battle. But Pimp hits the final shot, the first and final shot of the round, killing Zero there. And that's 5-1, and this was an extremely critical round for Hellraisers, who have now hit max bonus. They will have around mid 3Ks.
Oscar looking super frustrated. I mean, I'm sure he expects way more for himself. Obviously, that shot right now that he just missed on Broken Wall was kind of an easy frag. We were watching it from the third-person perspective, but looked like one that Oscar would be keen on hitting most of the time, and couldn't do it. And now SK are off to the 5-1. Hellraisers are going to have another buy. Oscar is going to give the op another shot. And they're just going to try to reset mentally, I think, and go into this round as if they haven't started off it so badly. Did SK get the 16-3 starting off on CT side, by the way? Versus Dignitas?
They were on the CT side. Dignitas got a pistol. They got the 2 subsequent rounds. And then SK Gaming 16-0'd, basically.
Oh, wow.
It was 16 rounds in a row. And if you took it over to the next map, they ended up getting 19 rounds, or maybe even 20 rounds in a row in that series. So yes, very strong CT side.
Wow. Freeze with a cool self-pop flash to clear out long. Pimp to open up the round one more time, and we have to note the amount of times that opening kills go the way of the CTs and how many times that converts into a round 1, because typically it should be in the 60 to 70% range, and Pimp making it a 3v5, because why not?
And we didn't actually see Pimp pull out the op that early on their CT side against Dignitas, but I think since they had it later on and it was working so well that they went for it pretty much right away here on this Cobble matchup, which is looking like it will go 6-1. Unless Oscar 0 and Sticko can do something crazy. Sticko wins that exchange. He's left on 41 HP. Asilian was playing right under that in the same spot as he was in the last round, so Sticko was able to pre-aim it a bit more, it seemed. Freeze here on the statue might have spotted one of the connector doors. Player back in the Enclave, though, is Magic's Boy. He turns at such an inopportune time that Zero's able to kill him, and from a 5-on-3 into a 3-on-3, the Hellraisers are grinding this one back. It's going to be up to Freeze now. The Molotov not testing him. The Flash, though, will push him back. And then straight into the arms of Sticko, who's still working out of drop, and now it becomes a retake situation here for both Madi and Pimp. There's Pimp, 3 kills on the round. He'll have to actually go for the ace here and a 1v2. He's peeking right at the Oscar, and Oscar not going to miss that one as he already has the angle. So Hellraisers, well done to grind that one back over on the B site.
And that's one of those rare rounds where, I mean, especially rare because it went down to 5v3 where Pimp was able to get that insane frag on long and then get a second one to follow up at A, and yet Hellraisers managed to win it. And that's off the back of Sticko getting drop control by himself one more time, testing Asilian and finding the kill. And to note, he actually found Asilian playing the exact same position as he was the round previous, so maybe overrating that position, or maybe Sticko not giving him the respect that he expected.
Yeah, and I actually wonder, right? You have such a big man advantage at that point. Like, maybe you just get out of drop room, because that room is honestly kind of a gimmicky spot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially to play by yourself. I mean, that's the only way that they could have gone 1-for-1. So, also, you know, a spot that you can't plant, right? A really good rotator spot, but not necessary when you have such a man advantage. Definitely a real point there.
So that could be something to clean up from SK Gaming's perspective if they get out to the same situation again. But now, well, money was still great. The double ops will come right back into effect. That's Freeze and Pimp. Freeze over at B, Pimp over at A, and Asilian once more in drop. Not as in the room this time, though.
Hellraiser's been so good at adjusting after going down or starting off with a deficit. And will they turn that round into 2? We'll find out.
Oh, Asilian nearly lining up 2 frags right there. Did about 170 damage, I think. And Magic's Boy, the Molotov, getting it out of the flames. He does, right into the op shot of Oscar. But then Oscar, he had to give up the angle because he took his shot. Freeze posts up. He brings down Oscar. He'll find 0 as well. And Hellraisers no longer have the max bonus to lean on as a crutch. It's gone. They get reset.
They get reset, yeah. And that's a hard reset, too. I mean, they spent a lot of money. They didn't win that last round decisively, only 2 alive. And so they have to make the decision, do we force here or do we just eat this loss and double save? And I wonder what they'll do. I mean, at the very least, they could say, well, they're actually not going to force up. I think they've seen it hasn't worked in the past, and it is a risk to run, but maybe versus these 2 ops and all the utility, they don't see them as having a chance on the T side, considering they've already had a couple of ecos as well, so that's going to just keep SK Gaming on high alert. But nice cleanup from Freeze, just doing such a great job with the op on B site. And, you know, in map 3 of a best of 5 in a semifinal, like, that's when the pressure's on the most and he's performing. So even though we've been critical of him in the past, I'm sure it's all forgiven once you see performance at the highest stakes. And
I feel that SK Gaming played a couple of those, you know, anti-eco, anti-force fly rounds over on the CT side of Overpass pretty poorly. Like, they were getting very, very close and personal with those pistols that have, of course, that one-tap potential in close range. Later on in the half, we saw them finally adjust that and play really back and passive with the rifles, and it seems like they are kind of doing that here, minus Asilian, who's still in drop room. But it is actually just a lot of Glocks. And he'll drop this fire. X-ray turned off. I'm sure there's a lot of chaos going in. Did anyone else even drop? Yeah, there is one more in there. Actually get a sense for how hard of a game Counter-Strike is when X-ray gets turned off like that.
I was scared.
Yeah.
That does a lot to you, but man, SK just winning the economic game, up 7-2 now, and they won that crucially important round that put Hellraisers in a safe situation. Looks like they don't have enough money to put together a great buy. Oh, but instead of that, the force into double save, they opted for 1 save into
a force?
Awful buy. Pretty awful buy. I mean, they do have the utility, they just don't have like the greatest of weapons. I mean, they could have saved 1 more time, but
yeah, that's actually a good point. I was like, oh, Shotgun's really going to Cobble. I was like, wait a minute, though. They're on the T side. It's not great. I mean, you'll see JW a lot of times get that sawed off and hit drop, but I don't know.
Kind of crazy.
Tranquility seems like an odd name for an auto shotgun.
I know,
right? Like, does that make any sense?
No.
Who made that? Pop flash into drop, though. They really want to get past Asilian. They've only done it once.
Oh, they blinded their own teammate.
It's not gone well. It goes 1 for 1. I think, is Madi supporting that? No, he kills Angel elsewhere. That was on CT's slope. Good work by the cameraman there. And Freeze will take down Bondic with a quick headshot. And he's forced to back off that angle. He was getting tagged up, so he's like, you know what? I'll try to take a shot through the door anyways. But Magic's boy securing that with a nice double spray down through the connector door.
Wow. And yeah, that round does not pay out for Hellraisers. They get drop control, I suppose, like they hold it, but they went really unfavorable in trades throughout that round and just have no money once again. They could have, I think they look back on that round, they say, man, maybe we should have saved that off one more time and gave it another shot, because they were looking at the potential for 8 rounds, but now only 7, and because they're saving, maybe only 6. It's impossible to say whether or not they would have won if they saved, but they definitely would have had a better chance than that.
Let's see if SK Gaming have the read on that money. They certainly will now, as Madi's got that first kill. He can give the information across. They've just got the pistols. Asilian, he's got a blind up as they come through the rectangle path. They've spotted Sticko trying to make his way through as that last member with the bomb. He's able to grab a 1, but then he's done. Madi is the only man who dies. SK Gaming, a dominant 9 rounds so far. And Hellraisers, this will be one of their better rifle buy-ups. Oscar has perfect amount of money to go op armor, but he won't go for it. It's all AKs.
Yeah, maybe he's just not feeling confident. He really just hasn't been having that much impact. And here he has 10 kills, actually like more than double any of his teammates, which is quite surprising because it hasn't really felt like it, but certainly has missed some shots on previous maps, and I think is a little bit upset about some of the kills that he hasn't been able to get.
Well, Pimp took some early damage, some Molotovs and nades thrown. He immediately dropped back to watch that danger angle where he opened up the round a couple times previous. But now he's fallen back and he's starting to rotate. There are 4 people over on this site as the AKs come through. That shot would have been insane from Freeze, but now he's in danger of getting wrapped on. Magic's boy is going to have to help him out. Beautiful flashes that sends them all scurrying. Asilian and Magic's boy, but Bondic and Oscar trying to bring it back. Now Mondi getting into the fray. He finds 1 shot. Oscar's able to peek out. Freeze missing his, and that was a very important shot to hit. Oscar on 1 HP. Did they know he's low? Flash going to go over, but it was a botched one. It caught the ledge there. Bondic now spotted up here on the boost. He doesn't even know where he's getting shot from. It was like Oscar, I think that was maybe shooting over. No clue. Freeze hits the 5-7 shot to Oscar with 1 HP, then finally connects an op shot, and you can see he's very pumped up there.
He's got to be, man. He's just been staying alive, getting 3 or 4 kills sometimes. And I want to say his ADR is probably in a similar position as it was coming out of like round 5. And
it was 170, I think, at one point.
Yeah, I mean, unreal performance and just sick behold. Hellraisers could have gotten that site if they just eliminated Freeze, and they couldn't do it. You know, they even had that boost to counter him, and he dealt with it with a 5-7, got the next frag, and then you know they go A, and they think Pimp has had a clean performance at A as well. But no, Oscar actually gets the better of him from an angle that he wasn't expecting.
Yeah, Oscar coming up from underneath there, so that will best Pimp, but now there is still another op, and it looks like Freeze was maybe able to see something moving in that smoke. Took a shot, but it didn't connect. Monty to dodge the flash. He finds 1, he finds 2, he gets all 3, and that is devastating for the Hellraisers. They try to storm out through the smoke. Flash over from Angel. He's on 8 HP as well. Flash very effective. That's 1 kill for him with the CZ. It's a 3-on-2 advantage SK Gaming. As they look for another round, looking to get further into the double digits with 11, but Oscar with the op shot to bring down Asilian 2-on-2 right now. And Angel's going to fall. That's Magic's boy to take him out of the round. Bomb under the control here of Freeze. He'll go for that re-smoke. That's, what was that coming out? Another, was that a smoke as well? It's just a path of smoke as he tries to get out, but Freeze will not let him.
Wow, insanely crushing spray from Madi. What a 3K. I'd love to watch that back. He definitely hit headshots, even though he didn't finish off with headshots. And that was all with the silence M4. That's an M4A1 commercial right there.
There's a dink. I think he got at least 3 heads in that one.
Yeah, he must have. That was beautiful. And, you know, Hellraisers were the ones to decide to push through that smoke. Even though they just heard that op ring off when they killed Pimp, so they know there's an over-rotate to A, decided that it was time to just crush A, and it really wasn't.
Instead, they're the ones that get crushed. Sticko pulling out the P90. Can maybe that be the difference? Angel pushing that, and it's just not working out. Pimp and another angle on the other side of that smoke. And Angel to fall early into the round, and that can't be good for the Hellraisers and their morale right now.
No, this is alerting them. I mean, they know Angel on Cobble. If they get that kill, they know that there's 4 players at the other side, and I think they feel like, all right, this is a good opportunity to just leave 1 person at A. So that's the power of CT side on Cobble. If you're able to get that first kill, you can always pull out that stack at B, which is so powerful.
And we saw Freeze with that individual flash again, and that was well done right there. They throw that smoke, some misdirection, as Stico's got that first aggressive angle. He takes down the Opera with a P90, but he's traded out by Magic's boy. Still man advantage for SK Gaming. Zero with the Gleel. Molotov's going down. That will stop his forward progress. Bondic out the window shooting, as there is a bit of a smoke there, so he doesn't push through. Madi's got that. Drop room is contained right now for SK Gaming. And, oh, look at Oscar. Actually, who's flanking who? I don't even know right now. Somehow Oscar losing that battle, and then Asilian finds 2, and that's another round for SK Gaming. It's 12-2. Only Freeze dies.
I think Pimp caught a glimpse of him and then made it seem like he was just going to run past as if he didn't notice, and then threw the pop flash to misdirect him, or misdirect Oscar, and got the kill. But Stico getting that kill at Long B, I think when he got that kill at Long B, he should have just waited for his teammates to get drop control, because once he died with that P90 trying to turn it into a second frag, I think that was full hero mode, honestly, because now they don't have a split going on. They have no presence at Long B. They know it's been shut down, and that changes the round for his teammates. And Pimp doing so good at A. You know, has only died once to Oscar here, and every other time has gotten 2 kills, looking so fast right now.
And he's just doing a perfect job balancing, hitting the shots with the utility on the fallback. He finds the 3rd through the wooden panels onto Angel, pulls out the 5-7, looking for the 4th. Magnificent stuff there from Pimp.
Oh my gosh, SK
Gaming, yeah, that's 13-2 right now. And generally thought of as a T-sided map. And guess what side they're going to now? It's to the T side, and we're going to get there after a quick break, guys. Stay tuned. Don't miss this SK Gaming dominance. Op kills, and of course the 3rd on the round with his 5-7. And that's a way to keep that momentum into the second half. Oh, and actually we're seeing the replay of it right now. There's the first kill falling back, hits the shot onto this player. Nice use of utility to help him fall back, and then he got another one later.
Yeah, huge. I mean, great if they win this pistol. If they don't, it doesn't really matter. They're still at 13 rounds. They're feeling good.
And they are just going straight up CT slope. There is a player at long that has not been cleared out. Now they know that, so they can keep an eye on it. They're already watching over the drop. Oscar here in danger. Might be able to surprise Madi a little bit. It's Angel to come away with the first kill, and Angel getting the second. Oscar wins out the battle onto Madi. Didn't quite see him in drop, but the bomb has been planted, so it's a quick retake there for Hellraisers.
Wow.
The bomb has gone down, so that will be money to the side of SK Gaming for round 3.
And it just goes to show you're never safe. Like, if you get the bomb down and no one's there, like, it's so common to just retake so many sites. A on Cobble is a site that you can retake. I know, like, Fallen, for example, has mentioned theory striking a strategy on CT side where it's so hard to defend B, and it's also so hard to retake B, that just playing 5B versus a team that enjoys going there and then finding out a way to, like, have set smokes to retake A. But there we see, like, 5 players outside of the site and then all of them pitching in to perform that retake, none of them dying. So never safe when the bomb's down just because you have 5 players alive.
And they have actually gone for the force buy here, which maybe can work out depending on Hellraisers' their play style. They've gone for 4 rifles, so if they are playing close and don't have the SMGs, it could be a big problem. Will SK Gaming get anti-ecos in both halves? Or rather, force up victories in both halves. Madi working around onto the site. He is not going to come away with the first kill, but Zero is found. And Stico, as a result of that early damage, still very low. He's going to be cleaned up by Freeze. Man advantage now 4-on-2. They've got armor. Now they've got some guns. Oscar on the flank. Now this is known right now, and he was so low, so Magic's Boy will finish him off and take away that rifle. It's just Bondic now with his FAMAS.
What's happening right now? Puttering to a halt. Our Hellraisers as Bondic is left in a 1-on-3 unwinnable situation. Magic Boy already on the flank, comes out of drop, gets that kill. And we had like 3 Tech-9 frags with no answers from the Hellraisers. Oscar wishing he was the man at B, I'm sure, in that situation. And now SK 14-3.
I mean, that's gotta be the map, right? I mean, it should be. It's a 2-for-1 or almost even 3 rounds when you upset a team like that. Of course, Hellraisers, because of the way the rounds are working out for SK Gaming, will just have to force buy into every single one of these.
Yeah, I mean, they've just got basically 2 bad buys on their hands, and SK know what to anticipate at the very worst. They're going to deal with head armor opponents that only have enough money for a couple of pistols, and so they could take this round and play it however they want. They should have 80 to 90% chance of winning. What?
Wow, Stico was so close to lining up that angle, but the Tracer's going through. Means he's down to 6 and Monty's down to 24. So a lot of damage exchanged, and something worth noting, they got the pistols, they got the armor on Hellraisers, but not 1 ounce of utility. They had nothing in the nade department.
Oh, it looks like players from Hellraisers actually moving over to the wrong site right now. Oh, Bonding to get boosted up, but not finish a kill. Monty and Magic Boy taking some damage.
That would have made this a kind of a scary round for SK Gaming if they had lost 1 or 2 people there from that counter boost. But it's Freeze that will start it off with the first kill. A lot of damage had gone both ways, but it's Freeze to get a kill unscathed onto Angel. And now Bondic, oh, he's missed the jump.
And look at the timing now. Like, he could have been on the flank. It makes a huge difference, the fact that he missed that jump, though. In the grand scheme of things, maybe not so much. And Monty's going to be here just to catch flanks as 4 people go towards A.
Nice little pop flash out there from Pimp. Good supportive work, and it's Stiko, the only one here. That was Monty watching the flank. He takes down Bondic, that push through. Stiko can get nothing done there with the Deagle. Fire gonna go on. Free cremation services there for the Hellraisers. And they're gonna hop on through those connector doors and get immediately shut down. That's SK Gaming on match point. They will have 12 of them, and they might not need to use a single one.
No, oh my gosh. Oh my god, that's unbelievable. Then we have a Bondic to get a UMP. Everyone's just going to have a similar bar to last round, except the loss bonus is just a tiny bit better, so you might have a couple more SMGs, but that's it. That's it. Tournament life on the line here for Hellraisers, all in this awful, awful buy.
And we saw that replay. Freeze actually got the first kill out in middle. A player had decided to push through. So you see that force by Hellraisers tried to push and do something aggressive, had to take the risks, but none of them worked out in that round. And here, this round is slightly better, right? You got the pistol armor again, utility, and Bondic with the UMP, but it's still not great, and SK Gaming are just sitting passively. Waiting for something. Nades. Oh, the nade hitting the arch there and bouncing back, doing nothing. And maybe like it's 4 damage to each of these guys, but that is essentially nothing.
Spun the Wheel of Fortune, missed $1 million and went bankrupt.
I mean, it's hard to hit. And Monty boosted up, just waiting on any pushes, waiting on any aggression, trying to outpatient them. That was a very, very effective flash, but then the smoke nades and Molotovs, everything coming through. Pimp to find the first kill of the round. Stiko once more up on top of the box, and that's gonna miss. Magic's Boy comes away. No, sorry, that was a Silly coming away with that kill. Magic's Boy also finds 0. Oscar with the 5-7 was able to take down Pimp, but it's SK Gaming, equipment advantage, man advantage. And on match point, Magic's Boy finds 1, and will this be the last? That's the final frag of the best of 5, the semifinals. SK Gaming dominant across all 3 maps. Overpass was close, back and forth, tons of clutch rounds, but when we get over to Cobble, they crushed their, what do you want to call it, their brother team, Dignitas. They destroyed them on Cobble. They come here and they do the same thing to Hellraisers.
Wow, that's a crushing loss for Hellraisers. They got to feel very upset about that. SK performing out of their minds, going 3-0 against a team that it seemed like had a map or a veto advantage in every category. You know, starting off by winning their map pick and then winning Overpass, which was their own, but just barely, and then just crushing them on Cobble, just like they crushed Dignitas on Cobble as well yesterday. So, no fluke. Apparently.
Yeah, not at all. You can't say it was, again, that regional matchup. They know Dignitas so well. They've studied the tapes, yada, yada, yada. Like, no, they crushed Dignitas. They showed up. They crushed Hellraisers even more. Yeah. Just insanely, insanely good performance. So they will move on into the finals, which will be happening tomorrow. The finals are, you know, all alone on the last day, which I really like. And it's cool that it is a best of 5 for the finals and even for the semifinals, right? Like, beating someone in a best of 5 is the true test of skill. I mean, I guess best of 7 is the true test, because then you would have no vetoes and you'd possibly play every map, but that's a little too much. So it's really cool to see SK just dominate in that fashion, and let's see